Good evening, everybody. Hey, Linda Anderson here from Linda Lou Creates, and I appreciate you joining me tonight on this Sunday evening. Beautiful day here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So tell me everything that you did today. I've been busy stamping, and right before coming on live, I got a batch of blueberry muffins made. And boy, do they smell good. I think when I'm done here, I'm going to make a cup of coffee and enjoy a little bedtime snack. Anyway, hey guys, before I get into the cards today using scraps, I wanted to share with you the tutorial that I am offering for free for those who place an order with me this month. And it is featuring the Peaceful Deer Bundle found in the holiday catalog. Also using then the Peaceful Prints free celebration paper too. So if you get it your order to $50, you can pick the paper and you'll be golden. Now if you'll notice on this one, all this sparkly goodness here, this paper is also free. It's a dazzling specialty paper. That's another one. So that's for an additional $50 that you could get that for free. So these are the cards. Just wanted to kind of show them to you. Now, not only do you get all of the free stuff from Stampin' Up! During celebration for your $50, $100 orders, but you'll get this for free from me, the tutorial. And if your order is $100 or more, you will get a package of the brushed metallic dots. Yours will be full. So I just, for some reason, I only ordered one pack for myself. I mean, come on, who does that? So anyway, these were used on all of those cards. So just wanted to do a little shout out for what you can get this month. Now, let me bring in my paper scraps. Look at all of this. These are strips that some of them I cut. The scrap was fairly wide, and so I just kind of cut it in half or, you know, whatever. But this is from the new In Color paper pack. And yeah, so this is what I'm sharing today, are how to use these strips. Now, for the first card, the longest that they need to be is 2 inches, and that can be adjusted based on your paper scraps. The other card, we'll talk about that. So anyway, so here are the scraps that I'm going to use, all those gorgeous In Colors, and here are the 2 cards that I'm going to share with you. And this is the one, mine is 2 inches wide, but if a majority of your scraps are smaller, you can certainly adjust the width of this. So, you know, that's what I was saying about that. Now this card, I did a little of the paper strip like weaving. I did mine from top to bottom, so 5.5, and side to side at 4.25. So those are obviously very long strips there. So again, that can be adjusted. You know, if yours aren't as long, they don't have to go top to bottom. So anyway, let me show you what I did. I'm going to start with this one. I have a card, excuse me, a card base of the thick basic white. And I went ahead and I stamped on it. The stamp set that I'm using on this one is the Plentiful Plants. Love this one. I love the font for the sentiments in this one. So I use that for the sentiment on the outside as well as on the inside, just stamping directly there. It's too much pressure to have to stamp live because I need to have my head over top of it, and I'd be bumping the camera and doing all kinds of things. So I go ahead and I stamp it ahead of time. So all right, so I have my 2-inch wide piece of the basic white, 5.5 inches long. I then have a piece of basic black that I'm going to mount this on, and it is 2.25 by 5.5. So let's get started here. I will be honest with you, I like the haphazardness, so to speak, of doing this. I don't plan out what colors I'm going to use, what pattern. I just kind of grab and go. The most important one is going to be your first one. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this one down. So I just like to make sure that it is right up against the edge. Using the liquid glue gives me a little wiggle time, so I'm good right there. So now all I'm going to do is just get a little glue happy here, kind of spread it around. I probably could have used a sponge to help me do this, but this part goes fast. You're definitely not going to have to worry about any of the glue drying. And all I do now is just have it smushed right up against the strip right before it. I do let them hang out and over, and I will come back and trim those all off. So see how I'm just kind of coming in here with ones and colors. Yeah, you pick what you want. Let me throw in some pink now. And, oh yeah, the dark green. So I'm starting to need a little more glue. Just trying to get the edges there. So this is all it really is just stacking it. So as far as what colors, how many strips you're gonna need, just a bunch. How's that for an answer? You need a bunch, because it's going to all depend on the width of your strips, and I like having them varying widths. I don't want this to be planned out. I want it to be a little bit on the haphazard side. So let me get that one in there, and then let's see if I have one that I can put in here that will fill up this spot completely. Yep, there we go. Now that looks like a hot mess, doesn't it? Yeah, it kind of does. But what we'll do is come around here and just start trimming it down. I could definitely use my paper trimmer for this. I just find it easier to just flip it over on the back side and just trim it with my scissors. So here we go, almost. And then these strips, I mean, I can make another card like this. So you will definitely be able to get several cards out of your strips. So good thing, huh? Yeah. So, all right, here we go. Now I'm going to adhere it down to my black cardstock and then to my card. And here we go. Looks like I needed to trim this one a little better than what I did. Here, there we go. Okay. All right, now this is going to go down to the card base. Whoops. That's moving around on me. It is a positive and a negative when using liquid glue that things will move around on you. You want it to. You want to have that time to be able to wiggle it around, and then sometimes when you're least expecting it, it'll shift on you. So now, I opted to put nothing else on here. That is very odd for me, I know. I usually try and put some sort of embellishment or a bow or something, but I am leaving this as is. I want those fun paper strips to shine. So that's it. Here it is. So don't you just love the randomness of it and how no two cards will ever be the same because it's going to be all of your strips. Now the paper weaving card, I have no doubt there's an easier way to do it than what I will demonstrate, but I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know how else to do it. So I'm just going to show you what I did. Okay. Now, I just put a little bit of adhesive then on both of these long strips. So they're 5.5 inches long, and then however wide they are. But it's not going to be glued down completely. It's just this upper, you know, what, 1.5 inches maybe that I put the glue on. So let me do that here with this piece of the Fresh Freesia. This one is the Soft Succulent. Like I said, these are the new in colors. So I just thought it would be fun to show how well these colors work together. All right, so I have the upper quarter of those done. Now I have 3 strips here because I wanted to show off all 5 colors, and they are 4.25 inches long, all 3 of them. So what I found that I worked for me was whichever one I want in the middle of the 3. Let's just do that. I adhered it down first. All right. So I'm going to just put enough of the adhesive on here. So just, that's it. Put it on the strip, on the paper, not onto the card base just yet. Now make sure it's straight, or as straight as can be. Just give it a second to dry, because we're going to be manipulating these a bit. So this will eventually then go under the purple strip. All right. So I have this strip that is going to go on top of the purple. Bear with me. It's probably easier for me to just show you than it is to try and tell you. So it's the over-under kind of deal, like lattice work on a pie. I never did do that very well. So that's why this is like, is this how I want to do it on this one? So see how I adhered it to the purple, to the green, and I'm going to adhere to the purple again. So let me just kind of figure out where I want this strip to go. All right, so, but remember, nothing is going down to the card base itself yet. That will be kind of last minute that we do that. I forgot to point out my sentiment here that I've already stamped. It is from the Hydrangea Haven stamp set. This is another favorite of mine. The mix of the cursive and the print, I really like that style of font. So, okay, so what are we going to do here? This is why I didn't want to adhere it straight down. I want to be able to have some room then to work these in. So looks like I put too much. Let's slide this one under. And this one under. Wow, that one just went all by itself under. Lucky me. Now this green, I need it to be under the purple. So let me kind of lift it up and slip it under the purple. So now I have the woven look, the over-under kind of thing. So now all I'm going to do is now lift it up. It should all lift up nice. And let me see if I can flip it this way. I'm going to start putting glue down on everything now, so that it isn't going to be adhered to the card base itself. So let me try not to put too much on. Okay, so I'm trying to hit up all of these strips. Let me get the green, a little bit more of the purple, and then this little bit of pink. Okay, you ready? I'm gonna just, here we go. Just bring it down. It's a little awkward there at first, but then once you get it all woven, it'll fall right into place and then you're done. I mean, yeah, it was, like I said, I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, but this is what I did. At first I was like, oh, do I get like clothespins or paper clips and hold them in place and lift them up and put it? Nope, I just went ahead and glued the top and then did my weaving from there. So again, check it out as far as just different ways that I put the strips. Actually, I didn't, did I? Oh my gosh, how crazy is that? I have the same pink and the pale papaya together. Oh well, that's how it goes. But I'm adding no other embellishments. Just this sentiment that you make me smile. So that is it. This one you could make multiples of. I feel like this one I would be more willing to make a bunch of. Just doing all that weaving, sometimes that fussy stuff, just I'm like, you know what, forget it. So, but it's fun to see. What I'm going to try next is maybe doing it on a smaller scale, that it doesn't go completely from top to bottom. So anyway, thanks guys. Let me bring the cards right back in here. Here they are. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I am, like I said, I'm going to go try out one of my blueberry muffins. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. And have a great week, too. I'll talk to you later. Bye now.